we have had a phenomenally successful event thanks to you folks.
Well, thank you, sir.
It has just been, yeah, I can't say anymore. Obviously, there's blips along the way, but you're dealing with a bunch of old farts that
I'm 61, sir. So
well, I'm 81, so I got 20 years on you. But
well,
we've got folks that are learning as they go. They're all used to being in classrooms, and they're all used to dealing with new curriculum and making mistakes as we go along. I can't imagine, with the exception of the voting thing, and I understand that like 99% of it got sorted out. I can't imagine how this whole event could have gone any smoother. I really can't.
I appreciate we all definitely appreciate that. And yeah, we kind of figured that there would be bumps and trips along the way.
Absolutely.
And I am, whoops, let me admit Sue there. I'm looking at it this way as someone on the site, is that good morning, ma'am.
Morning, Grandma.
Good morning.
How's
that good, Grandma? I'm grandpa to 9, so
my daughter had a baby last night. Yay!
Awesome.
Yes, I get to go visit him today. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Way cool.
And just to show you, we were chatting about technology and how it grips folks and so forth. I had a couple of messages that says, oh, Sue had to go away, so she probably won't be with us today. And I said, Sue is going to Zoom from Long Beach. I mean, 2 years ago, we had a board member who was in Australia, and we Zoomed him in for the meeting. So,
Was that you?
No, that was Mahoney, was in Australia.
Okay.
We just did a seminar that was for an association that participants were from around the world. My main speaker was in the north of England. As he put it, he was closer to Norway than he was London. I'm sitting here in Spokane Valley, Washington. I'm closer to Idaho I'm closer to Idaho than I am to Seattle. And I'm his moderator, and we had a very good meeting. So, we appreciate the comments. As you said, we've got people it wasn't until last year that a lot of them even knew what Facebook was, probably, what FaceTime was, probably. Now we're going, Zoom, that's what a car does. That's what a jet does.
Right.
And FaceTime to me was me getting in front of a client years ago. Now we're putting this to them, and a lot of our conferences that we deal with now are kind of a hybrid, as was mentioned yesterday, of going to in-person and this. But it is, I've had to learn these. I mean, my previous job, we transitioned 1,700 people home in 3 days. Now, those folks that I used to be with, they are doing this full-time from home, and my one-on-ones with my former team were done just like this. And those folks are getting used to it. Now I'm back in where I like to be with association management, and it's at 61. I'm learning. You saw my phone. I'm still old school. I've got a printer right here at my desk, so I got my notes right here.
Absolutely.
I'm a hard copy person. It's what I have to take my notes.
My notepads, my legal pads are here.
Jack Enos's presentation was so good. I hated to leave it. It was really good.
He always.
Oh my gosh.
He deals with intricate subjects on a grassroots basis.
Yes.
You know, he puts it so people can understand what he's talking about and has them understand why it is important to him.
If I can take this many notes on numbers, anything associated with numbers, then it's got to be good, because numbers
Oh, wow.
typically go over my head. But yeah, wow. He's really good. He's really, really good.
So I got some questions for you two. I'm going to go over my housekeeping stuff. How would you like me to notify you of, you got 15 minutes or so left.
You can just
you
pop in
tell
and say
me.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't like it.
We're pretty
I
easy.
come from being a presenter, and I used to have my friends just say that knew me in the crowd just kind of and we can't do that here. But I want to be mindful of your time. And let me know, you wanted at 15, you wanted at 10 minutes left. Tell me, and I'll hop in there and let you know.
What do you think, Jim?
15 sounds good. I'm betting, to be perfectly frank about it, I don't think we're going to go the full hour. I don't think, because people
are tired.
Yeah.
Not bad.
They're tired.
Angelique's supposed to join us here today too. So.
Well, this is supposed to be for all of the people who are doing those last chat sessions, right?
They added her to help me in case we needed people to help admit people into the room.
Yeah, my husband should be here. I don't know where he is, but he's in another city, so I can't run to the other room and say, get in here. But no, I think, because we should have, I think everybody's probably pretty good with all of this, because everybody who is running these chats have all done previous sessions. So it's not like this is new to any. So
I was wondering, the one thing I was wondering, are we going to be able to share screens?
Oh, are you going to share, Jim?
Well, no. I was just wondering, if we get people on here asking tech questions about where's this and where's that, could we bring up the state website and show people where stuff is on the state website? Maybe we can't in this configuration.
Yes. Hang on one second. I should be able to make you.
And I don't want to get too fancy and have something blow up either.
No, you just need to make us co-hosts.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
And I don't see your name. Your name says CalRTA Zoom.
Yeah, it would. And because of the way this thing, I'm going to change my name here in just a second.
So I don't want to just call you, hey, CalRTA Zoom. Hey, you.
Yep.
Oh, I guess I should change mine too, duh.
Yeah, it says Sue and Ron. So.
Well, which one do you think I am?
Well, you could be Ronnie.
Now today.
Okay, don't go there. Boy named Sue.
I'm not. All right. Now I got to. Let's see. Now see, Mr. Tech and Miss Tech. This is where the old guy's learning.
Oh, Bill Taylor. Hi, Bill Taylor.
Make co-host. There we go.
Yep. So Jim, I'm gonna pull up the CalRTA website. So it's on my screen, and if we need to show it, I can go right in.
Yeah, I was thinking about,
you guys should be co-hosts now.
I was thinking about being able to go to the CTC page so we can show people where newsletters are, where you can go to get the tutorials, information about who your area rep is, et cetera, et cetera. We may not need to go there. I mean,
no, I know. I'm going to pull it up anyway. Just okay, almost there. Okay.
And do you have permission? Do you have permissions to share screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Because we're co-hosts, we can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
So so I'm there on the how-tos, Tech and More.
That's cool.
So yeah, hopefully it won't log me out. If it does, it's okay. It'll only take me like 15 seconds to get into that. So we should be good. I might open the tab to division websites too.
Yeah.
all up in
Yes,
my
s-
division because
Yes, for
the-
division
well,
web managers.
yeah, because of the, that tutorial training page.
So now, Lorraine and Susie are supposed to be here too.
Yeah, Lorraine, Susie, Ron, you, me. I don't know. They're a bunch of slack. Well, Susie's probably going to wrap up this session
Yes,
with
yeah.
Jack, right?
Yes.
So
And he was winding up when I left. I figured they were just getting into the,
yeah, he was getting close.
yeah.
So hey, do you have any idea what's going on with Susan Goff? Is she okay? Do you know?
She's been under the weather. She's been having respiratory problems,
Oh.
and so it just got. She did not sound good yesterday. Good morning, Mike. Oh, here they come.
Yeah, I'll start admitting if you're all right with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't care.
I'm going to turn my camera off, guys, but I'm here in the background if you need anything.
Gotcha, Deb.
Yay.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if everybody coming in is coming in for the Ask a Techie session, or if they're coming in. Oh, maybe this is only for the Ask a Techie session.
This is the Ask a Tech session. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's why we
okay.
don't see the other
So
people.
Susie
Okay,
and Lorraine aren't not going to be here. Okay,
No.
gotcha.
cool.
Gotcha. Morning, Bob.
Hi,
Hi guys, good to see everybody.
can you hear me?
Yes, we
Betcha.
can. Yay.
Boy, fantastic, Jack Ains, and
Oh, was he something? Oh my gosh.
my possession. He always has great slide projections, slide programs, presentations. Yeah. Thanks for doing what you guys are doing. I just want to check in, see what you're. When will all of these be available? I mean, if I missed a session that I wanted to go to, will they be on the CalRTA's website?
Yeah, it's going to be on the convention site, the CalRTA convention page. I would, check back sometime next week. It's going to take a while to get all those uploaded. Debbie, you're there. You can
Yeah.
answer that.
So these are all recorded in Zoom. So next week we will package them up, get the handouts, post everything on the convention page. And then I will send out a separate email to all members, not just the registrants, because this is accessible to everybody. And I'll send that out. So as soon as possible, but there's quite a bit of stuff to process through.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Got it.
Those of you who are just joining us, don't be afraid to share your camera. We're all friends here. And this is one of the things that we've missed by the face-to-face is the chance to press the flesh and get to know people. So please don't be afraid to share your camera. You don't have to, but I would encourage you to.
And Bill Taylor, I'm letting people in too. So
No, I figured as much as I'm moving my finger up and all of a sudden they're gone. You need something to do, coach.
quick shooter here.
Oh,
I didn't want to usurp your job, but that's okay.
that's okay. It's all good. I didn't want you to think I was slacking.
Nah, you're good. What'd you guys all think of Jack Enos? Pretty amazing. That was so good. Yeah, you can unmute. I guess you can't unmute yourself, can you? Can they unmute themselves, Bill?
Yep. Yes, they
I
sure
just
can.
did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thanks.
It was a great presentation.
Yes.
Next
We'll just hover over
person
their
is
name, they
over
can
is
do
as
that.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
I missed something. Did you hear a projected number of retirees for this year in California?
Somebody else, oh no, I saw you put that question in, and I was looking at my notes that I was taking and I honestly didn't hear that number.
I didn't think I did, but I thought maybe I'd missed it because I stopped for a minute.
All he gave a percentage. That's all I heard, just a percentage increase.
26% since December.
Yeah.
days
Okay.
at the end of the first half of the school
I
year.
wonder what that number would be.
You know, I bet you Susie Dixon would know. I'd send off an email, and if she doesn't know, she'll certainly find out. You might want to send off an email to her.
Yeah,
Will we also be able to get the exact voting numbers of votes that were given to each person?
Oh, I don't,
So we
Yes,
find,
I don't know the question. I don't know the answer to that.
This is Debbie. Yes, it's part of the official records of the delegate assembly. So it is published. Once I'm given the information, it'll be published.
great, thank you.
Morning, Sherry.
So are you guys having a meeting and then we go into the other or what?
Oh, you don't want to stay with us, Sherry?
No, I'm just saying, are you guys having a meeting first?
Oh,
Because
no.
it's not
Oh,
7:15.
no, this is it. This
Oh,
is it.
okay, okay. I
It's
didn't
just-
know whether,
It's just give and
Okay.
take, questions, chatting, visiting, questions that if they're too technically oriented, then Sue will answer them. Uh,
Ah,
Yeah.
thank you.
and
I
if
love
it's,
this crowd. Angelique's on her way in, so.
if it's something printed on paper, maybe I can answer it. We
If
got
it's
Debbie.
And if it's something about the website, the state website or the division website, we can share our screen and actually take you live. So, you know, if you've got questions about that. But we're still a little early. Our session doesn't start until 11:15. So
Yes.
I think people are taking a break after the last speaker, you know, getting something to drink, hit the restroom, come back.
that was
One
excellent.
good thing about this, at least you don't have to stand in line with tickets for lunch like you do at the convention.
That's true.
That was not good at the last convention. I remember standing there for like 45 minutes and
Yes.
oh my word, it took forever for those guys to just hand you a box lunch.
Yes, yes, and they always say that they're not going to give out receipts, that you don't need it. Just go ahead and enter your amount, but then they always give you receipts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. Next year in Sacramento should be good.
It'll be nice to see people again.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Well, that's
we're all missing that.
we've got 7 minutes left, 8 minutes left yet before we're officially due to start. We can visit. I mean, there's no reason we can't visit. I see a new member here, and I don't know the name. I have chatted with him via email, but it's the fellow with the Mr. Seaton with the Seahawk behind him has come in and done some wonderful work for his division on the website. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm just great. By the way, I'm really enjoying this meeting and I like it a lot better than face to face. Standing
Oh.
up and waiting, this is much nicer.
It does have its advantages.
You know, we're probably going to have to research some kind of a hybrid something
Yeah.
for our convention. We're going to have to wade into that option, I think.
I think that there are some parts of this that we will never go back to the we're going to continue to have face-to-face because people want to be together, people want to press the flesh, people want to have a drink with somebody and talk about things and share ideas, share thoughts and so forth. But there's some of this stuff that is so quick and easy. It just, you know, I can't see not using some of it in the future.
I will be really interested how you solve the problem of the video portion. The audio seems to be no problem, but most conventions I've been to or club meetings, they have trouble with the audio and the video getting it together.
Well, some of that, of course, depends upon your internet service provider. Some of it can't be controlled by, in our case this time, by Limitless or the organization. Some people just don't have the bandwidth with their internet service provider to give them the video and audio that they would like to have.
Yeah, we can only do so much on our end and everybody's individual device. You know, their sound system, their, you know, whatever kind of earphones they're using. I mean, their system plays a large part in the success of the audio visual element.
Right. I'm picking on people that I don't know, and I see Kathy Stats. Good morning, Kathy. Who are you? Where are you from? Tell us something about yourself while we're waiting for everybody else to get in here.
She there?
Kathy?
She might be on, but taking a break.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
Could
I see
be.
a lot of names I don't know. Penny, where are you from? Oh, you just turned your screen off. Oh, unmute yourself, Penny.
Press your space bar down.
Sorry. Hello. Oh, uh-oh.
You're good.
Hello. Good morning.
Where are you from?
We're in Valencia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
thank you. Really enjoying the conference.
Good. Yeah, people are popping in. Jim, we're up to 23.
Yeah.
We're rocking the house here. This is good.
And Becky Carroll is here, and I want to acknowledge there is nobody that has worked harder to get to grips with technology and to put it to use than Becky Carroll. She has done so much hard work. Welcome, Becky. Maybe a lot of people may be joining us and then scooting off down the hall real quick to take a pit stop before this starts.
Thank you, Jim.
Oh, there she is. I hear her. Hi, Becky.
I turned off my video because I'm in the garage and I'm still in my bathrobe. So you cannot see me.
Well done, Becky. Good
But
job.
yeah, I've just really struggled with this internet business and but you know, I'm gonna get I'll get the hang of it sooner or later.
Hey, you were running your caucus yesterday like a pro, so you were obviously doing well.
Only one little problem with that, the person who was elected to do the nominations and elections passed on it. And I don't know how that got over to being official. So I'll have to look for another person to do NNE in Area 10. I will deal with that. Okay, it's great. This is great. And then I have to talk to Bob Hedges soon about post office. The post office.
There you go.
Becky, I'm right here.
Yeah, well, you know,
I
that
know
issue.
This is a problem for our newsletter.
I will be calling you on the phone a little later and telling you the latest gossip on that business.
Well, we probably need to make a visit to the post office and get it all straightened out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Well, Jim and Sue, I'm going to let you guys get started. I'm going to go off camera here and holler if you need anything, and I'll let you know when you're getting close to that 15 minutes, okay?
Thanks.
Excellent.
Thanks, Bill.
You're most welcome.
Jim, I think, well, it's 11:13. We still have 2 minutes unless we want to get the show on the road.
We're visiting. Let's give another minute. I got 11:14 now. Give another minute before we jump into this. See who we pick up. We've got 27 folks here, which is a good start.
28.
Oh, nice. There we go.
There we go. 28.
I'm still letting people in.
I have a question.
Yes, Karen.
Given the overall virtual convention success that we have actually seen, are we able to anticipate being able to attend next year's convention virtually as well?
Go ahead, Jim. Oh, okay. That's certainly going to be talked about. That's not something that we know right now. There will be a convention planning committee that's put together, and we'll be determining how that works and if it can work. So I'm thinking perhaps some form of a hybrid version to allow people to join in a virtual environment. that certainly would be nice and would draw more people to the convention, I think. So that'll be chatted about. So
Great.
we'll investigate. Good question, Karen.
There are those of us that have retired and have handicaps that would like to go but are not able to ambulate around. This way they can attend and at least see and hear what's happening.
That's certainly something that we were talking about a little earlier about building on the strengths that we've learned, and there were a few teachable moments. We're going to learn how to tidy up some of the bits and pieces as we go along. Anyhow, it is 11:15. I'm going to kick this off. I'm Jim Sterling, the outgoing CTC chair, and I'm going to duck and dodge real quick and turn this over to the new grandma. No, not the new grandma. Yes, it is the new grandma. Actually, as of last night, she's a fifth time grandma, but she's also the incoming CTC chair and much more wheezed up on things technology wise than I. I don't know whether we need to give folks a quick once over of where we stand and what's going on, or whether we just throw it open to questions, but I'm going to let Sue come up with that. So I'm going to turn it over to Sue Breyer. Sue?
Hi all, and I see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of faces that I've never seen before, and that is awesome and welcome. And you know, since he just threw the gavel at me, I'm gonna go right back at him with this, and you know, join me in applauding this man for all he has done for CTC and CalRTA in the last umpteen years. I mean, the guy, it's going to be really, really hard for me to step and walk in those shoes. Holy cow. So I told him that he's going to be on my speed dial. He hasn't seen the last of me yet, and I'm sure we haven't seen the last of him. So and yeah, I guess you're going to be an N&E guy for your area, right?
Yeah.
So
Do my best.
yeah, very, very good. So I'm already looking at the chats here. We've got quite a few questions. I'm trying to think of where to start here. As most of you know, well, maybe you don't know, so I'm just going to toss this out to you. There've been a lot of restructuring going on the CalRTA website. Debbie Pate Newberry is here. I don't know if you want to say anything about that, Deb. If you want to chime in and kind of give us a real quick snippet of what's going on. I know that you're right.
I was just taking a picture so that I could post another picture of all of your faces. So you caught me taking a picture of all, yeah.
Nice.
So yes, so the website, with all the things that happened last year with COVID and having to add so much information so fast, we reached that tipping point where we couldn't remember where stuff was, let alone you guys find where stuff was. So we've done about 85% of the restructuring and reorganizing and cleaning up. And once convention is done, I'll take care of that last little bit. But the idea that I want to stress to everybody about the state website is poke around, see what's there. You're not going to break it. So assume that what you're looking for is there, because it probably is. And it's available 24/7. So on Sunday afternoon, when you're taking a break and you're doing volunteer stuff, and you know you can't find something, you're very welcome to email me. Hopefully I will not answer you on a Sunday afternoon, but poke around. You know, like I said, you can't break it, and what you're looking for is probably on there, because volunteers have spent hours and hours creating so many tools for you that we've posted. So really want to encourage you to become familiar with the website.
Thank you, Deb. In fact, as a good segue to that, I think what I'm going to do is, Jim, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take you guys to the state website real quick, okay, and show you some things that might be helpful. So hang on, I got to move some things around on my screen here. Okay, Timeout, of course. Oh, I got it just in time. How lucky. So I wanted to take you here to the state website. And when you log in and you're on your members page, let me go to members. So when you get to your members page, and if you go right here to the easy how-to tools, okay, and Debbie's going to be working on some of this, so there might be some small changes, but it still should be really easy to navigate. So if you go to that easy how-to tools and you scroll down, I want you to understand the number of resources that you have here at your disposal. Okay, all of these are active links. So anything associated with your
Sue?
division. Yeah, Deb.
I actually don't want you to focus on this page. This page is going away.
Oh,
Where
okay,
I
go
want
back
you
to-
to focus is division resources. When you land on the member page, if the first thing you go to is division resources, we are incorporating all of those links that you just saw onto this page, and we're adding even more categories, but these are direct links.
Excellent.
So if you want to see the division support program, you click there, you're going to go to a new page directly. So within 3 clicks, you will be able to have so many tools. So if you start at the division resource page, you're probably going to find what you're looking for.
Thanks, Deb. Thank you. So if you look up here, you can always remember your little pathway. So you were at your home screen, the CalRTA home screen, then you clicked on members, and then you clicked on division resources. So if you get lost, you can always look up here. This menu on the left will never change. So this is going to be standard. But at the division resources, you know, strengthening your division, these are, you know, different handouts, everybody leads program, things like that, virtual services. Here are some more of those how-tos. Here are events and tutorials. Virtual meeting scheduling. This is going to be going bye-bye. So you know that divisions are going to be pretty much on their own as far as setting up any virtual meetings, Zoom meetings. So, and if you need help with that, if your division needs some training on that, you need to send me an email, and you should write down my email. Okay. So if you have a pen, grab a pen or pencil. I'm going to give it to you in just a second. So get yourself a pen or pencil and piece of paper, and I'm going to give you my email. If you want to set up any kind of a little quick training on how to set up a Zoom meeting or run a Zoom meeting, if you're helping with that, okay, here it is. It's super simple. It's my husband's and my first name. So it's Ron, R-O-N, A-N-D-S-U-E, Ron and Sue 82 at gmail.com. Ron and Sue 82 at gmail.com. If you need some training on some of these things, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do a quick Zoom tutorials, Zoom training with you, and get you on board with that. Because those virtual meetings that were CalRTA was opening, those are going away as of June 1st.
Yeah, are we on?
And I'm going to ask you all, if you would, to mute your microphones.
Is it supposed to be capital, small letters, or what?
They're all small letters, but I need, thank you for
put it in
muting.
chat, your email.
Okay, I'll do that in a sec. Or Jim, maybe you could type that in chat. I think you know it. Community outreach. We just had Day of the Teacher. Pre-retirement events, we've had a lot of those. So if you need resources for any of that community outreach, that's where you find it. Down here in newsletter production, a lot of people have been asking questions about, you know, how can I improve my newsletter? What do I put in my newsletter? I can't think of anything to write in my newsletter. I mean, we've all been isolated for 14 months. Well, there are 4 newsletter videos that will give you some ideas. So all you have to do is under newsletter production, you're going to go to those how-to videos. That's one way to get to them. Administrative support, you need some logos that you want to add on into your newsletter, or you want access to the logos. Division handbooks, division logos, you want to order some supplies, it's all there. So this is where you want to focus. Once again, CalRTA website, and go to division resources, and there will be more information added to this page. So keep coming back to it and check it out. Okay, do we have any questions on that? Let me see. I'm looking in the chat right now. Okay, I don't think we have any specific questions on that. So I want to now go to the division website. Okay, and let me go back one here. And I'm going to go back even one more. So on your division website, so now if you are your newsletter editor or you are responsible for maintaining your division website, this is something that you really need to make note of. Okay, this is going to help you tremendously in getting your stuff uploaded, getting your newsletters uploaded, updating your leadership list, all of those things. So this is my division website. You have your own division website, but right here, this resources. So here, these are all active links up here. So you look at that blue bar up there and you go to resources. So again, if you are updating your website, this is where you want to go. Resources. And then the first thing is this big giant blue button right here. Okay, that ends with the word support and training. That's where you want to click. So resources, number one, support and training, number two. This page is chock full of tutorials and how-tos. Many of them were created by Ginny Pedersen. High five to you, Ginny. Thank you so much for all of your hard work on this. There are 3 new videos here. One on how to just navigate the division website. So if you aren't real familiar with it, you might want to go in and watch that. These are less than 15 minutes long. Customizing your division website, kind of what you can change and what you can't change. And then this one, customizing your division website. This gets kind of into the nitty gritty and how you actually do it. If you click here, you can get the PowerPoint slides that you can actually download and print out if you want. That could be helpful. And then frequently asked questions. If you click on that, you get this, this nifty little drop-down menu to find questions under each of these headings, the blue headings. So you're going to want to check that out. I think that would be helpful. On that training page, all of these items down here, these are all elements of the division website for each of these categories. Say you want some information on how to get your newsletter uploaded. You can click this detailed. That's a handout that you can print out that has pictures and text showing you how to do it. The concise is just like the detailed, but it doesn't have the pictures. And then you can watch a short video. So if you print out one of these 2 handouts and you watch the video, then you'll have, you know, both side by side, and those will help you. So this is a tremendous resource, ladies and gentlemen. I strongly suggest that you visit this quite often to help you in, you know, taking care of your website. So I am going to stop my screen sharing. And Jim, anything you want to say or add to?
No, it looks like you've covered it very well. The only thing I want to, and I don't want to sound like I'm a stick in the mud or anything, but we still have to remember that for a long time to come, newsletters are going to be the way we communicate with members in our divisions, whether they're posted on websites, whether they're sent via email, how they may go out. And obviously we're moving more and more electronically in that direction. I continually hear people say, yes, but our members are old and they don't want this stuff electronically. Our older members are fully vested in the organization and in CalRTA, and there's nothing going to happen that's going to affect their livelihood with STRS or anything. We've got to begin focusing more and more on younger members and on younger prospects. So electronics is the way we've got to be going, because that's the way the people that are our future members, that's the way they communicate. I put up something 6 years ago when I started in this job and said that, CalRTA's future depends on communicating with people in a very different way. That's still true today. It's going to change. That's going to change. And then that's probably going to go away at some stage. But use the technology for the communication. That's all I can say. Any other questions that anybody's got?
I noticed that there are a couple comments. Well, Penny was asking about Facebook. And if you'd like, I can take you to my division Facebook page, if that would be helpful, and you can kind of see what that's about. So I'm going to take you there. It'll take a couple steps. I'll just go here. And then there we go. Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, so here is my division's Facebook group. Okay, now you can have a group and you can have a page. They kind of sort of look the same. I find the group to be much neater and cleaner and easier to read. So if your division hasn't set up a Facebook account yet, I would suggest that you set up a Facebook group. I just think it's easier to navigate and to add things to. So if I scroll down, I mean, a lot of people wonder, what do I post on Facebook? Well, Day of the Teacher, and by the way, I keep up our Facebook group and page, but the Ed Ely Award was given to Chris Gracer, right, Jim?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I mean, if you were to look up her website or a lot of other division websites, all you have to do is go over here in this search bar right here, and you can type in a division number, and you can look up their Facebook page or group and see what it looks like and get some ideas on what to post on your own. So I post, this is an image. What I did was I had a flyer for this, and I took a picture of it. You can do a screenshot and then you just crop it. You can crop it. And that's one of the ways that you can post an image on here. Posting a PDF doesn't work really well. I find that Facebook lately has been rejecting the way I was posting my newsletter before. They're saying it violates their rules of, uploading things. I don't know whether they think it's like spamming or whatever, but they haven't let me do that. So I've had to be creative in posting. Actually, there's a post from Betsy Vigas right there on hers that I think I shared. Here is my latest newsletter that I posted. So here is the link to the newsletter. What I did was I put my newsletter in my Google Drive, and then I created a link that way. And I think one of my newsletter tutorials talks about that, how to do that. So I posted my newsletter. We have Fritz Coleman coming. He's going to be our guest speaker. So people can click on this link and it'll take them right to, oh, actually, no, I linked it from our division website. Marilyn Smith, I see your hand is raised. Do you want to contribute?
one of the things that I've done before, and I'm still teaching Jenny and Jim how to do this. I don't think it's hard, but there's a website out there called freepdfconvert.com. Sue told me about it, and I love that thing.
Yeah.
And what I've done is to take the front page of our, whatever our newsletter is, and convert it from PDF to JPEG.
JPEG image.
And then post that plus the URL to the division website.
Yeah, so this goes to, see, you can see it's my division website. You can see the address right there. I know it's kind of small, but that's what I did. I took a picture. See,
Yeah.
you can use that website that Marilyn, and Marilyn, why don't you put that in the chat? Add that into the chat if you want to
Yeah.
write that down.
Thanks.
I use a tool called the snipping tool. The snipping tool, and you can find that on your computer by usually going into the lower left-hand corner and there's a search bar on your computer, and it's usually, the snipping tool is available on most computers. You just type in snipping tool and it pulls up and it looks like a pair of scissors, the little icon, and I can just draw a square around any kind of a picture, whether it's on a PDF or whatever, and create a JPEG or a PNG. I use JPEGs. So there's a newsletter. I advertise the convention, Teacher Appreciate. All of these are JPEGs that I took from PDF flyers. I turned them into pictures, and so I could post it May the 4th. Just anything that you can think of, Teacher Appreciation Week, teacher grant recipients. Lately, we did Earth Day. So, you know, the sky's the limit as far as what you want to post on your Facebook page.
And
I'm gonna stop sharing.
And one thing to remember too, Sue, is your CalRTA website doesn't need to be full of all CalRTA stuff. If you see a cute funny or a meme someplace that is shared that might have a relation to teachers or kittens or dogs, if it's fun and it makes you laugh, other people will look at it and have a laugh too, and that will bring them into the CalRTA division website that you're looking at. Another thing that I don't know whether you mentioned, Sue, is when you put a link into a posting on a website, the image will probably pop up there with it. You don't even have to put an image there. You put the link in and the image will pop up.
That's true, and that saves you a lot of time and effort in trying to find a picture. If you put that link in there and an image doesn't pop up, because sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, and I'm not quite sure what the rationale behind that is, then you can go and create an image if you want to. As I said, try using the snipping tool. Just look for that on your computer. Search it down in that lower left-hand corner. Marilyn, where's that search on a Mac?
It's just taking the screenshots. On a Mac, you would just press Command-Shift-3 to take a screenshot of the whole screen at the time. You can also use Command-Shift-4 if you want to copy and, well, actually snip is basically what that is.
And on a PC or like here on my laptop, I would simply hold down, there's a Windows icon key at the bottom of my keyboard here. It looks like the Windows. You would hold that down, and then on the top row of keys on your keyboard, you should see a key over to the right that has PRTSC, print screen, PRTSC. If you hold the Windows down and the print screen, it's going to take that screenshot for you. Okay, and then oftentimes I believe those screenshots are located wherever your photos are. Oftentimes they just go right into an envelope. Marilyn?
On a Mac, they'll show up under desktop.
Okay,
Or recents.
so
And
you can,
if you haven't seen, there are a couple of comments in the chat session from folks who use Macs and folks who use Windows 10 and so forth, knowledgeable comments. You might want to have a look at that of how to do snips and so forth.
yeah, and so,
Stu,
yeah,
well, I didn't mean to interrupt. There are also some questions in the chat in reference to laws of what laws do you need to worry about as far as posting pictures and using information or images on Facebook for the newsletter, et cetera. I didn't know if you saw that.
I just was looking at that one right there. It says, what laws do we need to worry about as far as posting pictures or using information or images on Facebook or on a newsletter or division webpage? Typically, when I am going to use a picture, well, so you saw the picture of our teacher grant winner, for instance, one of our teacher grant winners. When I send out the congratulatory letter to them and say, you know, we're requesting a picture, and by the way, we will be posting it on Facebook. We will be sending it to the local newspaper. It's going to go into our newsletter, which is distributed. Please let me know if you have any issues with that. And I haven't had one person yet say, no, don't use that. Jim or Marilyn, do you want to chime in on that at all? Or anybody else who has dealt with that?
Well, you got to remember also, and I'm gonna yield to Debbie because this is in her bailiwick. Debbie, go for it.
Yeah, sure. So you have various categories. Anybody who is a member of your division and it's a division event, if they see you taking a picture and they know that you're a volunteer who does publicity, stuff like that, there's implied consent. So it is incumbent upon them at that point to say, please don't take my picture or whatever. If it is a member of the general public, like at the park or something like that, and I'm talking about adults, again, public location, stuff like that, I can't imagine you would need to take their picture to put it on Facebook, but you know, public places, there are also sort of gray areas. The main area I want you to focus on though is kids. So under 18, back when we would do the teacher grants and you guys would go into the schools and you were doing such a great job of sending in the pictures, anytime it was a picture of the teacher with their students, we always advise the volunteers to check with the school, because you all remember those forms when you enroll your kid in school and you're signing that form that says you're giving permission to allow your student to be in the school, you know, photos and whatnot. So there's usually not a problem, but the kid areas is where I always caution you. The one time that we had somebody's grandchild reading a copy of the contact and we wanted to use it, we specifically reached out to that child's parents and we had them sign a piece of paper that gave us permission to run that picture. It's just the cutest picture in the world. But again, we wanted to make 100% sure because she was 2. So err on the side of caution when it comes to kids under 18. And then as Sue said, for your scholarships, those types of things, very easy for you to include a line on your application saying that by applying, you are giving consent for the division to use your likeness, et cetera, et cetera. And I believe there's some copy to that effect on the state website. I haven't seen it in a while, so I'd have to look, but if, you know, that's something that we can make available as well. Okay.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. I wanted to address a statement that was put on the chat. And I totally get this. This is from Mary Dixon. I'm not really excited about Facebook because of all the political comments. I hear you loud and clear. I think we were all like way up here with all of that. Here's my take on that. I scroll past them, first of all. I just scroll past. I just don't even bother with them. I don't want to deal with them. I am trying to think of my goal with CalRTA is to get our name out there to spread the word about our organization and what we do for current teachers, for retired teachers in a lot of, sorry, I'm doggy sitting, he's barking. What we do for current and retired teachers. And, you know, yes, there's good and bad with Facebook. There's good and bad with any kind of social media. I agree. But I think we have, at least my division, I can only speak with my division. And I know, you know, we have a CalRTA Facebook page from the state organization. We are branding our name. We are getting our name out there. And if your division has a Facebook group or page, urge members to share the page, to share it, not just, you know, like the post. It's really easy just to press that like button. That doesn't do anything. If you share it, can you imagine? I make a post and I put it on my Division 33. If 10 of my members share that page, all of their friends are going to see that post. It's like a spider web. It just keeps going out and out. Sharing the page, get your folks to share the Facebook page. And even if you don't have a Facebook page and you're on Facebook, share what CalRTA posts, share what another division posts. It doesn't make any difference. I find stuff from other divisions that I love and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's a great post. So I'll share it to my division or to my page or to my group, or even to my own personal page. So that's how you spread it out. You can't just go through and like a page, like, that does nothing, okay? But sharing it will make sure that that word gets out. And the more people that see CalRTA and what we're doing, you know, we're trying desperately to increase membership, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only way to do that, is to make our name recognizable to the general public out there. So, okay, I'm off my soapbox. Okay, any, yes, I see Mary, thanks.
Yeah. The reason I brought that up is that you should make sure, if you're going to have a page, that you can approve the post before it's on your page, because otherwise that's where you get the political comments. So that's just kind of why I'm bringing that up, because
Absolutely.
a lot of pages don't have the approval, and I think that's important.
Yeah, and I did 2 Facebook tutorials. By the way, if you're not sure how to access all those tutorials, 2 ways to do it. You can access all the webinars, all the videos, all the tutorials for all of this. All you have to do is either go to the CalRTA homepage, calrta.org. Don't go to .com, calrta.org. And in the upper right-hand corner, click on the YouTube icon. Okay, click on the YouTube icon in the upper right-hand corner. You can do that on the CalRTA page or on your division website page. The icon is on both pages. Click on the YouTube icon, and then I think the easiest way, you can either click on playlists, I believe, or just I click on videos and then I just scroll through until I find what I'm looking for. But tutorials are in there on Facebook. There's 2 in there from webinars that I did on Facebook. So you might want to go in and check those out and kind of give you some ideas of what you can and cannot post, and how to use the settings on the side of your Facebook page or group. Marilyn?
One thing for Mary and anybody else who has run into that problem, if you're an administrator on that page or group, you can go delete those things. You can delete those. You don't need to let those things stay.
Absolutely.
How popular is the Facebook? Is it worth it to get into it, or?
I personally think, I mean, there's, you know, I don't know, millions of people on Facebook.
I mean, for our generation, you know, older folks.
I'm not, well, let's put it this way. Okay, I have 4 kids and they're in their 30s and none of them are on Facebook anymore.
Yeah.
Their big thing is Instagram. They like to go on Instagram. Instagram is fine if what you wanted to post is basically images, it's mostly pictures and images, which is okay. And you can write some text in there. And you can, by all means, you can create an Instagram account. You can do that. I just think that, again, I don't have the numbers as far as, what age groups. I think I looked it up once, but who is on Facebook? I know that, you've got Snapchat, you've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, you've got Facebook. It's just, I can't keep up with them all. So I don't know which generation uses which the most.
Yeah, yes, we lost our newsletter person, and he passed away, and we don't have anybody in charge of the newsletter. Between the president and the vice president, we're both trying to handle the newsletter, but it's been a learning experience, but I'm trying to figure out. I don't need any more than just try to help with the newsletter.
Well, and you know what, to maybe fill in that time period between now and finding somebody to do a newsletter, consider sending out email blasts to your members. Okay, just a simple email page with some headings, identifying key pieces of news that your division wants to share with everybody. Use it kind of as a mini newsletter until you get a newsletter editor, and just send them out email. I know that there's a lot of people who receive, you can always, I suppose you could print them out, put them in envelopes and send them snail mail as well if you need to. You'd have to have a number of people, helping you with that, but.
Yeah, nobody want to volunteer.
I know that's the hardest thing for most divisions. I understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jocelyn Shannon asked, when I try to share on Facebook, share somebody's post, I am not able to do so. What rules have changed? The rules did not change. It has to do with the settings. Your Facebook page or group is either private or public. You can go in, whoever is an administrator on the page or the group can actually go into the settings and make it public. Make it public. So your posts are public. If they are private, you're right, people can't share it. So what you can do is, if you've tried to share a Facebook post, you can always type in a message on their post, and you can say, can you make this shareable? Can you make it so I can share this? Okay, and they either will or won't, I don't know, but you might want to just ask them that. Any other questions? If you have a question, you can go down to your little reactions button. Have you guys discovered that lately? The little happy face down at the bottom of your screen. If you click on that happy face, they added all sorts of little goodies there now. So you can clap your hands, give a thumbs up, but down at the bottom, it says raise hand. That didn't used to be there. It used to, oh, I love Karen. She's celebrating, Karen Schultz. So there's all different things that you can do there. But raise hand, if you have a question, you can do that. My problem is I don't see everybody's screens because we have a lot of people here. Okay, so let me see, okay, Jim or Marilyn? Anything from you?
No, just we need to keep using those division websites more and more. And it'll be great when Debbie and Ron finish with the whole CalRTA website. They're almost there.
Yep.
I'd like to offer something very generic, not necessarily related to CTC.
Right.
But it's taken me a long time to really come to grips with this. Remember, we're talking to an ever-changing population. So don't be afraid to say, oh, I've already told them that. I can't tell them that again. Yes, you can, because the them that they are telling aren't the same group that you told the last time. we are constantly losing members. Members are moving on, and you know the most frequent way of losing members, CalRTA, unfortunately. But there's always a new generation coming through. So do not be afraid to repeat yourself. Let me repeat that. Do not be afraid to repeat yourself. There's always a new generation coming along. So keep that in mind as you try to communicate with folks.
Debbie, I think you wanted to add to.
So I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of the 2 e-newsletters that I send out to all of you every month. The first one is Connection. That goes to everybody who has given us an email. So there's about 17,000 emails in our system right now. That's roughly the middle of the month. This month, it won't come out until probably the end of next week because of all of this happening, and I'm trying to have convention stuff in it. But so the e-newsletter Connection goes to everybody. And then towards the end of the month, the division resource newsletter. Okay, so that's for all of the division leaders. So everybody who has given us their information at the state level that they are a volunteer in the divisions, they also have a newsletter, and that's roughly the 20th of the month. And that's should be going to everybody on these screens. So if you're not getting those newsletters or you're not opening them and reading them, I want to encourage you to be on the lookout. And if you don't think you're getting them, let us know. I can check in our system and make sure that you're in there. Okay? Because email is the best way to give you the information. Yes, hand.
Yeah, and if we're not receiving those, exactly where do we send our email?
So you can send it to me. I'll put it in the chat. We also post all of those on the website as well. All of those links are on there under publication. That way, if you want to go back and look at them, because as Jim was saying, I try to repeat some of the key stuff in there at least once a year for all of our wonderful new volunteers. But I'm going to put my email in the chat, but it's Debbie at comms.
DBBIE.
Yes, DEBBIE at comms, COMMS by BY design.com. So I'm your director of communications, and I oversee all of your publications, social media, marketing, videos, all of that stuff. So I'm going to type my email in the chat box right now.
And that information about Debbie is also listed on the state website on the landing page. Click on staff and it will take you to Debbie. Do not forget also the members directory, the leadership directory on the state website. If you're looking for people, unfortunately or fortunately, it is only leadership, but you will find a wealth of email information in the leadership directory, which you can access on the state website.
Do you all know how to get to the leadership directory? Or would you like me to show you how? Anybody need it? Okay. Yeah? Okay. Well, we have a couple minutes, so we might as well.
Yeah, so I have a question. So
yeah.
Yeah, so usually when I go on Zoom, I do so by, I have an invitation and then I click on a link. But I just received an email from Elise Ducatz about her exercise classes, right? So she sent me an entry number. It's just an entry number. So how do I do that? Do I go to zoom.com and there's no link?
Oh, I honestly, I don't know because I've never received anything like that before. So
this is Debbie. You type in that number. Once you launch Zoom, you'll see a spot where you can type in the Zoom address, and they consider the numbers the Zoom address. but you have to launch Zoom yourself on your system. So,
Okay.
so Sue, if you click on your Zoom link there at the top of your screen, if you were, well, you're in Zoom right now, so it may not let you do it, but when you click on a new meeting to see where it says join a meeting,
Yes.
if you click join a meeting, there will be a window where you can, there you go, see meeting ID?
Ah,
That's the number.
Yeah, so you can go up here to join meeting.
got it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Sure.
Sure, thanks, Tim. Okay, so I wanted to show you how to get to the leadership directory. For those of you who don't, we're on the main CalRTA website. To get to leadership directory, you need to log in as a member. Here's one of the ways you can do that.
Hey, Sue, sorry to
Yeah?
interrupt real quick. You're right at 15 minutes.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then it's one of the boxes and it's right up here in the upper right. Leadership directory. And then when you scroll down, in this search box, the easiest way, at least for me, to search for somebody is to type in a last name. Well, let me use me. So if I just type in Breyer, both my husband and I pop up here. And so if anybody who's in a leadership position in CalRTA, not just state leadership, but division leadership area, the easiest way is to type in their last name. So for instance, if you were to look for Susie Dixon, she's in the system as Susan. So if you were to type in Susie, her name is not going to come up, but if you type in Dixon, it would come up. So here would be their offices. Here is their contact information. If you click on the email there, it opens up an email for you, just like that. And the address is already there. You would just, type in the subject and send it. So that's how you access that leadership directory. It's pretty nice. And up here, here's where that YouTube icon is. It's always in the upper right-hand corner. Once you get into YouTube, there's a couple, you can either go to videos or you can go to playlists, whichever you like. I usually go to videos, that way I can see everything that's there. So here are a couple new tutorials. Notice the tutorials are like 15 minutes or less. Some of the others are longer. They might be webinars. Most of these are really short. But scroll through, see if there's, here's one on navigating your division website. It's only 9 minutes long. Newsletters. So scroll through here and see what's there. There are a lot of these little tutorials that might be helpful to you in learning the ropes as far as some of the technology elements involved. So just wanted to show you that. If I'm looking for any other questions. So Debbie Pate Newberry has her email in the chat. Make sure you look at the chat. There's a lot of good links. Mr. Sexton, you want to unmute yourself? I think you have a question.
Yes, well, a comment. When I send out emails, I always put CalRT as the first word. That way they know this is not spam. And if they can't remember who the Sam Hill Sexton is, they go ahead and safely open it.
Very
The
good.
Clip It is a default in any window. So you just go down and search for it.
Very good. Good tip. Excellent tip. Yeah, because, people don't know unless you're using maybe a CalRTA, email account and it says CalRTA in the actual email name. If you're using your personal, email to send out information, yeah, you should put CalRTA in the subject column. Jay, you want to add?
Unmute myself here. Yeah, I put in the chat a slide share program that deals with Donors Choose. It's a part of our Educational Foundation outreach. And that's something each division could share. It's about a 10-minute slide share, but I encourage all of us that are techies here to use that to invite superintendents to post it on their websites. There's $100 million they give out every year, and about 90% of the teachers here in California who request grants or materials for their classroom are honored with that, either from the PTA or members in their community or from large corporations that donate to their projects, and that we donate to the projects from CalRTA. So we're giving out quite a few Donors Choose project requests throughout the state this year, next year, and ongoing. So that slide here gives a lot of background. So I put in a couple of links that each of you could take a look at.
Thank you very much, Jay, and congratulations on your award today.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good job on that. Yeah, a lot of the teachers, the current teachers who are applying for our division teacher grants, we have drawings at each of our luncheons. Many of them have signed up with Donors Choose, and it's interesting to read. I mean, teachers are out there looking for money. They really are. Just because they're teaching virtually, well, now many of them are going to head back to the classroom. You know, I think all the help they can get financially would be helpful to them. Jay, you want to add some more on that?
Well, it's a great membership outreach, I think, and it doesn't cost that much, and
No,
it
doesn't.
So
I've supported a couple of classrooms, and it was very inexpensive, and I felt very good about it. But should do it through CalRTA in the future. But as an individual person, it's well worth, especially your local community. You find out that kindergarten teacher over at your, Laurel Elementary just needs this, this, and this, and you can do that in a heartbeat. But not too expensive. That's a major thing that people ought to know.
Yeah.
I think it
Ralphine, you want
with
to?
the membership drive.
Oh, sorry.
It really helps with reaching out and current teachers.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
We can get a lot of current teachers to sign up as members once we reach out with this kind of a program.
I think so too. Same deal, because we can talk about it immediately. They send you thank you, and you can write back and say, well, we're looking forward to having you with the retired teachers. Please join us. So
thank you. Thank you, Jocelyn and Jay. Ralphine, you want to make a comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to go back to something you said. You said at your meetings, you have a drawing for the grant. Explain that a little bit?
So the way that we run our teacher grants in our particular division, we started it, I think now 3 years ago. I create a Google form, application form, and I can provide more instructions on this if people need that kind of assistance, which is fine. I create
a tutorial.
Well, yeah, I can do a tutorial on it. Absolutely.
Thank you.
So I create a Google form, which is an application form, and I ask them not only for their school email address, but their home email address. I collect all of those because you can't get them any other way. I don't ask for their mailing address. I don't want to be too intrusive. I ask for a phone number, and I ask them, their school district, what they teach, and what they would use the money for if they were to win a $100 teacher grant. So I get the applications, I give them 1 month to apply. So if our next drawing is June 1st, I open the application on May 1st. So I collect them. Right now we have over 75 teachers in 6 districts that are applying. Well, how did I reach out to those six districts? I went on the internet and I looked up the names of principals for every school in those 6 districts that are near us. It took me a long time, but I have all that information now. And I send an email to them when I'm ready to send out the link to the Google form. And I say, please forward this to your teachers. It's amazing. They all do. All those principals, I'm getting them applicants from 6 districts. So they send in their application. I have a list then, because Google Forms creates a spreadsheet for you, which is nice. So I have my spreadsheet. On the day of the luncheon, I simply ask somebody, I'll say, Marilyn Smith, would you please give me a number between 1 and 75? Okay, and so she'll say 52, and I match that number up with somebody on my list. And then we do that. We give 3 teacher grant, $100 teacher grants at each of our luncheons. So that's 5 times a year. And then I email them, congratulations. They have to take a selfie holding the check, and they have to send that back to us. I get them in the newspaper. I post them on Facebook. They just think, they're in the newsletter. So it's pretty cool stuff. And they like it. They love the money. It's great publicity. And we have a wonderful local newspaper that absolutely prints everything I send them. So we're very, very lucky. Yeah, we have 3 articles in one issue, 3 different articles. I was just like blown away. So it's pretty cool. Huh?
Is that a weekly newspaper?
It is. It is. It's just 1 day a week.
Yeah.
So if a tutorial on something like that would be helpful to you, I'd be more than happy to put something together. It's on my list of tutorials to, and if there are other tutorials, by the way, that you would like me to make that would be helpful to you, let me know. And I see, Mary, you've got your hand up.
So our county office will send out those letters for us. So when we have our teacher grants, so you don't have to look up everything, and they'll send it out. I think they send it out to every principal. They definitely send it out to our superintendents.
Wow.
And last year we do 20 grants, $100 grants, and we got over, I think, 200 applications.
Oh,
and,
nice.
So that's another, but I like your suggestion of doing it at every luncheon. That sounds like a great suggestion.
Yeah, we have luncheons. We have luncheons every other month. And so, as I said, so, doing it every month, that would be a little overwhelming, I think, to try to keep up with the applicants and all of that stuff.
Right. But every other month. But I like that rather than us just giving them out all at one time. That's kind of a nice way to do it.
Yeah, and I do set the rules that if you win once, you can't win again that year. You can win the following year, but you can't repeat. So, and everybody's good
Sue
with
and
that.
Jim, you got about 3 or 4 minutes there, man.
Oh, Lordy, Ralphie.
My last question is, we have a mini grant program. I'm assuming this is the same idea, although we do it at the end of the year, but this is the same idea, right?
Yes, I believe so. I think there are a lot of divisions kind of hold off and they do them at the end of the year with their scholarships and all the other things that they're doing.
I love this idea. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just kind of playing Santa Claus all year long, Marilyn?
I like the idea of handing them out at luncheons. That's an interesting, what we've done in 43 depends on how much money we have, how many donations have gone into that little pot. Jim Jones he'll send out all the flyers and all that stuff and have 2 or 3 drawings per year. Maybe one at December 1st, another one March 1st, and another one, I don't know, May or something, but it depends on how much money there is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think since I see Bill Taylor up there, I'm assuming that we're pretty much out of time. Before we go,
about 2 minutes, ma'am. I just thought
okay.
2 minutes.
Once again, and somebody just posted again, Ginny posted, thank you, Jim Sterling, for your many years of service to CTC and all of CalRTA. Yes. I personally look forward to working with all of you. Please be in touch with me, okay? I gave you my my email address. It's in the chat. ronandsue82@gmail.com. If you have an idea for a tutorial, send it my way. Those are pretty easy for me to make. And if it helps you to do something better with regard to CTC or putting your newsletters together, whatever, you let me know and I'll try to accommodate you on that. Jim, you want to say anything?
Thank you all.
A man of few words. He's the communication expert. Short
I can see that.
Folks, it was nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. I hope you had a good time at the convention. Yeah, we had glitches like Jim Mahoney mentioned earlier, but you know what? We got past them. Hope you all got to vote. We got through it, and let's just hope we don't have to do it again for a while and we can see each other in person And so we can kind of see all your smiling faces and be in the same room together. That would be really nice. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay,
Hi,
thanks
guys.
a lot. Yeah,
All
thank you.
righty. You all
Thanks.
take care.
Thank you, Jim. Great job.